Hey, Jeff Brooks, Remax Orange Beach here for your August market update for Baldwin County. So interest rates continue to stay mid to high sixes. I know there's a lot of rumors out there, but I still don't expect that to change much before the end of the year. We'll keep watching that. Prices, residential, very regular, healthy, continuous growth there. Resort prices have moderated. Still think there's some inventory out there that's too high, but I've got the breakdown again at the end to show you where they're actually selling versus the original list. Inventory wise, again, residential, very healthy market. Condos and townhomes, looks like it dropped, but I've got some ideas of what actually happened there. The interest rate, here's the 1 year trend. Like I said, really flat since about March of this year. Baldwin County monthly sales, you can see the bumps through there. Those are your seasonal increases and decreases. I don't think we're seeing anything unusual this year along with those seasonal increases and decreases. The same is true on the bottom on the number of properties that sold for the month. Median sales price on the left, the condos and townhomes. Yes, we had that big spike this month, but I think it's due to a small number of properties selling. I think that's sort of random distribution of variation around the mean, and I expect that to come down next month. If we see a change there, it may be that people with significant means are starting to move cash from one place to another, i.e. from the stock market or bonds into real estate, but we'll watch that. I still think we're seeing a slight downward trend in the investment properties, condos and townhomes. On the right, I'm changing my perspective here on the single family home trend. I've been saying it was pretty flat. I went back and counted and looked, and it looks like we have an upward trend over about the last 12 months, which is pretty much what we've been experiencing here in Baldwin County, or feeling. Now the numbers can back that up. Remember I said it might look like we had a reduction in the amount of supply in the condos and townhomes. It had been running up around 14. This month it came in at 12.6. We had a very, ever so slightly, about 10 units more in sales in July than we have for the last about 6 months. I think that is the difference in the supply. And if you look back over time, you'll see a few places there where there was a dip and then an increase, a dip and an increase. I additionally think that we saw some units that were for sale, their listing expire, and they came off of the market. The other reason I think that this dip is temporary is I know a number of us that have people that have called us to ask about listing their property, and like me have recommended, if you're getting rent right now, continue to rent and let's see what happens with the market before you make your next move. On the right side, the residential homes, still in that about 5 month range, nice healthy bit. The blue boxes at the top left, you can look at and get an idea of the inventory in each city. I have not broken that down by price range. Talking to some of my coworkers, I do know there are a couple of price ranges out there with the number of sales low and the volume high, that right now it suggests there's 3 years of supply in some price ranges in this market. If I look at the price per square foot on the condo and townhome side, I still think that's pretty flat. I think it's holding flat because we have a lot of people that have a lot of equity, a good number of them at 100%. they'll put the unit up for sale and they won't budge on their price. So as a result, it's holding that price per square foot steady on the condo and townhome side. And again, that residential market in Baldwin County, because we are a growing county with more things that are continue that growth, factories and distribution centers and schools coming to this county. I don't expect that growth trend in Baldwin County to change anytime soon. And then again, I looked at where properties are selling at price in relation to what price they were originally listed at. We're still seeing both houses and condos selling somewhere between 5% above and 10% below their original list price. Here's the summary. Almost no change at all from last month. Sellers, residential side, new construction. I will note that builders are starting to look at ways to credit sellers and maintain their baseline price. So new construction is going to be a difficult competitor for existing home buyers. I do believe the existing homes that are in very good shape, well taken care of and priced right, still go pretty quickly. And sellers, again, rentals, if you're able to rent it and turn a profit, I would say continue renting until the market shifts a bit. Buyers, lots of inventory out there on both sides. Take advantage of that. If you're buying a residential property, certainly see if that builder is willing to negotiate. Several of them are in that position right now. And then the end of their fiscal quarter and certainly the end of their fiscal year is a great time to buy a new build home. And I think that's it for this month. Love to hear your questions and comments. We'll see you next month.